On the first day of the week, I still feel like the weekend should be extended. Well, newsflash, the weekend is not extended, so Monday is here, and it means that there's a lot to do, right? It is the 2nd of September. Let's say it. That's right. Ooh, my goodness. You survived, right? Pat yourself in the back. Hey, I know. Pat yourself in the back and say, look, well done to me. It's not easy. You saw the 9th month in the year of 2024. It is September, and this is me saying happy new month to you, right? Well, it's not just going to be my voice right here, because yet another voice is going to be joining me today. I wonder what AKA you might want to give to. Well, I wouldn't reveal the gender, but I'll just go into introducing myself, and the other introduction will be done. My name is Edward Daniel, and yes, just call me UD for short. This is me saying welcome aboard to Eagles Morning Rise. Okay.
All right, good morning, Abuja. Good morning, Nigeria, wherever it is you're listening to us. Good morning to you. I trust that you slept and woke up well this morning.
Good gracious.
I am Omoife Peace Osemere. And together with UD.
That's right.
It feels good to be in the studios this morning.
It does feel good to be here.
Of course, it's a cold Monday morning.
That's right.
And it's not really a great way to start the week, if you ask me.
Well, not a great way to start, but then showers of blessings. You always turn the problems or the problems into challenges, and of course the challenges. Look at the bright side, I tell you, right? This is the Breakfast Show right here on Eagles Morning Rise, or Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, where we give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. Yes, we say this on strong authority. Why? Because we've got the bragging right, and who gave it to us? Guess what? Guess who? You did. So yes, thank you for giving us, the privilege. Well, as you well know, we've got a couple of segments, that will be following through up until the 10 o'clock mark. Yeah, starting with this one, of course. This is the Pages, and I'm sure just before now you heard the news, and then of course inspirational tune, gospel. We need to say Eshe Babagon. Thank you, Babagon. Imela Nagode, Sasongo Itieti, Lord. Whatever your dialect might be, just remove and put it there. That's what it is. So yeah, just make sure that you've given that accolade to the one whom deserves it, of course. And yes, we get to look into the front pages of Nigerian newspapers so that you will be informed and not deformed. Now, this is the newspaper review segment of the Eagles Morning Rise, and as I would always love to greet you in a way that I know how to. Okay, let's start now. Let's get into it. Inakwana ekaro on day one, agife ekaro. In my dialect, I would say amesire. Welcome. Now okay, Faye, how do you say it in your dialect? Okay.
Memorial Keo.
Alrighty, let's just intimate you on certain things that you ought to know this morning. We'll just take it one step at a time. Well, we should bring it to you the fact that oil giant Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) on Sunday admitted that its financial strain may affect the sustainability of petrol supply. Now, its admittance came on the heels of reports that it is indebted to suppliers to the tune of about $6 billion. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, but Nigeria and China will open high-level economic discussions today in Beijing. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is leading the Nigerian delegation, arrived on Sunday morning to warm embrace of his host. Now, FA is going to let you in on some other things that you ought to know right about now.
Right now, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, and service chiefs got a marching order on Sunday from the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale.
That's right.
To relocate to Sokoto State over the spate of terrorist attacks in the state and the northwest. Well, they are to supervise operations from the state and eliminate the threat of banditry, kidnapping, and terrorism.
Okay.
Right. A step in the right direction.
Well, step in the right direction, you would say, but then Nigerians always want the results. We want to see the results.
It's just a matter of time.
I take a cue.
Keep hope alive.
Aha! That's one positive vibe this Monday morning. But let's also bring some other things to you. A leading traditional ruler in Rivers State, Eze Onha, Sergeant Chidi Awuse, has faulted Governor Siminalayi Fubara's action when he removed him as chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council. Eze Awuse decried the aspersions cast on him by the governor, who described him as unsteady What a way to describe. At the time, he was battling for his life, lying in an intensive care unit, ICU at the hospital. That's something. Anyways, let's go to this one now.
Now, the trial of hashtag end bad governance protesters will begin in Abuja, Kano, Kaduna, and Borno today. The Deputy Inspector General of Police Intelligence, Dasuki Galadanchi, has disclosed, and also the DIG disclosed this at the just ended annual General Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA.
Okay, now let's take you to Bauchi State and have you know that the Bauchi State Police Command has confirmed that 2 people are missing after a passenger boat capsized. Yet another capsizing in Zindiwa River, located in Gamawa, local government area of Bauchi State. Now, 3 passengers were rescued following the incident, which occurred last Saturday morning. So, yeah. That's what it is. Quite awful.
Really scary.
Really scary.
When
I
I hear
mean,
these stories, I always begin to wonder, like, is that there
Honestly.
are no safety, jackets, safety protocols are not really observed, or what is going on? One too many stories. I mean,
that's one angle to it. Another angle would be the place of overcrowdedness. Overcrowdedness. People just overcrowd a little small boat, just because we want to cut, corners, we want to be able to make it there in all of us and all of that. But we forget that, look, one step at a time is how you win the race. You don't go at it. Well, anyways, let's also bring to your eardrums as well as your audiovisual consciousness the fact that there are indications that the Dangote Petroleum Refinery is set to roll out the sale of premium motor spirits, PMS, otherwise known as petrol. Now, this is coming a few days after the 650,000 capacity refinery engaged in a test run of the product. Are we going to say a thumbs up or are we going to say a yay?
I think hallelujah would do.
Alrighty, but anyways, so we move away from the hallelujah now. Let's get to yet another one right here.
Right. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has disclosed that 21 candidates with fake IJMB results were recommended for 2023 admissions by various institutions. JAM, in the policy document obtained by a national daily in Abuja, noted that 12 out of the 21 candidates were recommended by the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria.
Okay, I'm not going to say a word. I'll just leave it there. Now, 2 brothers in their early 20s abducted and raped a 14-year-old girl in the Rima community in the Ogba, Egbema, Ndoni local government area of Rivers State on Saturday. Okay, now, it was gathered that the girl was walking alone along a lonely path in the community to her uncle's house when one of the hoodlums, identified as Honest didn't quite become honest this time, in connivance with his other siblings, Okuke, swooped in on her. Now, this is really disturbing. Here we are, we're trying. I thought that the focus was about us trying to get food, survive. I wonder what survival this would be now.
It appears people just don't want to satisfy, their cravings in terms of what they want to eat.
Yeah.
Because they have
other cravings. Well, we'll leave it there. Well, let's have you know this one now.
The dynamic duo radicals comprising was that?
It's a Femi, I think.
Femi David and Nikki.
Yeah.
They've been evicted from the Big Brother Niger No Lose Guard season.
Okay.
The eviction followed a tense nomination process where 4 pairs were put up for possible eviction by their fellow housemates. Have you been following the reality show?
Honestly, if you ask, now that you've asked me the question, honestly, Efe, no. I'm sorry, but
Why
no.
not?
I don't know. I just don't feel the tick to want to follow it.
Are you one of those who actually think that, no, we have more pressing issues to concern ourselves with as opposed to reality TV shows?
I used to
it's really
think
entertaining if you ask
I used to think that way before, yeah. But later on, when I started seeing the pressing issues seemingly overwhelming, I just figured that maybe we need a way out of this, just to cool off a little bit. And yeah, the reality TV shows, might just step into that shoe. But yeah, well, do you follow?
Well, I don't.
Okay, so that makes 2 of us. Anyways, let's get into the front pages proper. Bring the front pages of Nigerian newspapers to you. And in the course of it, you get to let us into which of the headlines jumps at you, pops at you, tickles your fancy, begs for your reaction. And you already know it must be within the ambit of civility and responsibility, right? So we'll just give you the number or the numbers that you would indeed get to engage with us, on. And that would be 0908 766 8888. I'll take it again. 0908 766 8888. And the WhatsApp portal number would be 0909 705 4450 0909 705 4450. And for this particular segment, for the purpose of accommodating every one of us, it will be nice to also have you call the WhatsApp portal number, right? You can call the WhatsApp portal number, and indeed you would also gain access to the conversation this morning. Now let's get into the dailies now, starting with the Daily Trust newspaper. Now, the big story on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, a very disturbing, headline story. Petrol price may rise as NNPCL admits financial strain. Now, it's got two writers to that one, though. Why hike is inevitable? Experts are saying that. And the second writer, Atiku demands listing of oil firm on stock market. Now, you should find that one now on pages 4 and 6. I've got sharp eyes, tell me that. Alrighty, and you should also know the new Emir of Ningi, Haruna Taband. Alright, congratulations to you right there. This should be page 8. I'm sure of that. Now let's get to page... this is not so clear now, but it's not very clear. So I'll just get you, the headlines. Now, 21 million naira jumbo pay. Serap sues Akpabio Abaz for fixing National Assembly running course. Don't we deserve to know what exactly it is? And if there is a fallout, who is to be probed? Should we probe the entire National Assembly? Quite a number of questions, running into thin air, but we hope to catch them, pretty soon. But let's get to the base of the Daily Trust newspaper now, as I see this one. Concerns over Bajabia Mila's oversight of agencies. Got three writers to it. First one, CSO seeks scrutiny of COS's action. Another one, senior civil servants divided. And the last one, action not against our mandate. Reps are saying that one, and you should find that one on page 2 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Now, just above the big story on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper now, you would find this one, hashtag and bad governance, protesters for trial in Abuja. All right, Kano, Kaduna, Borno today. Alrighty, some would say finally. But anyways, you would find that one on page 10 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Now to page 21. Page 20, I beg your pardon. You will see this one, CBN mom over bulletproof SUVs for governor deputies. Now, I saw this story over the weekend, Ife. Honestly, when I saw the story, I was bewildered. I was astonished. It felt like I had heard something from another planet, but I had to hold myself together, pull myself together. I mean, we have also heard stories where, in fact, is that reps members now or some certain persons gifting out, jeeps and cars to traditional rulers, gifting to themselves. I mean, even much more than the amount that was, these SUVs allegedly were purchased, because the CBN is mom, the deputies are mom. Nobody is seemingly wanting to talk about this. But as they say, there is no smoke without fire.
Well, it appears our leaders, I mean, no pun intended, but
right.
It appears in this part of the world our leaders are more concerned about, luxury and the good things of life, as opposed to coming up with good policies and decisions that could actually, stand, the test of time. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, how intentional are we as to, making sure that the masses, they really enjoy the dividends of democracy?
Right.
This leaves, Nigerians or the masses at large with a very big question.
All right, leaves us with a big question, a big comma, if you like.
Okay.
Anyways, Nelfon, Kano, Borno, Benue, Katsina, top loan applicants list. You should find that one on page 3 of the Daily Trust newspaper. All right, let's take a walk away from the Daily Trust newspaper, bring the Nation newspaper to you. FA's voice will be all over this one now. All right?
Well... On the Nation newspaper this morning, of course, this particular story is definitely going to give us something to chew on in the days to come. We're talking about fuel scarcity as the key car says suppliers shun NNPC over $6 billion PMS debt. All right, that's on page 4 of the Nation newspaper this morning. But this comes with two writers underneath it. The first one here says, 5 vessels refused to discharge petrol. And the second rider says credit transactions normal in oil trading, says company's spokesman, right? And you have the photograph of Milikari right there. I tell you, this picture actually speaks over a million words.
It said quite a number of things right there, I tell you.
Who wears the crown, right?
That's
anyway,
right. They know. They know where.
But really,
no,
it looks like Nigerians should have to, we just have every reason to brace up for the days ahead. But we know, of course, that when we have fuel scarcity to deal with, prices of things are definitely going to skyrocket.
Exactly.
Transportation again.
Oh,
here we go.
I was going to, well, you know what? I don't want to go into that. I wanted to ask you, how did you come? But anyways, you are here already, and that's
Not
fine.
a good story to tell, especially in the studios, I tell you.
I tell you.
Right. Still
Yes.
on the Nation newspaper, this one here says, how medical student rescued from kidnappers cheated death twice.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
Okay,
They
that's
say,
a lot.
cat has 9 lives.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah. How they cheated twice.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. This one here says twists, turns in enduring battle for soul of rivers. Right there you have the photograph of
Siminalayi
Fubara, and also the minister of the FCT,
right.
the sheriff himself.
That's right.
Nyesom Wike. I tell you, so much has been going on in Rivers State, and I'm just wondering if there is any end in sight to the twists and turns in Rivers State.
Well, I really wonder for that
you're
one.
not from Rivers State, else I would have asked you.
Well, thank God I'm not.
Insight,
well,
maybe you know what exactly is going on.
I wouldn't say thank God I'm not, though. I take that back, that expression. But yeah, I really wish I was from there. Maybe I'd still be able to speak truth to whoever might be there, at the helms of affairs, just to see that we see things getting rightly in that state. It's a very, very pointal state in Nigeria that should not be toyed with.
But this too could actually pass for entertainers.
Honestly.
We catch cruise a lot in this country, but
that's a sad thing.
Politics and cruise is a very, very good
But the sad part, in this is that the innocent civilians, the peoples, the good peoples of Rivers State will be the one to be at the brunt. Too sad.
Right, still on the Nation newspaper on the front page, this one here says CBN SAG's NUSAL executive directors. Right, I'm beginning to wonder how many of them have been sacked.
Okay.
You can get details of that on, I think, page
5.
Page 5.
Yes,
on the Nation newspaper. Now let's talk sports. Napoli goes tough with Osimhen, banishes him from first team. Do I feel sorry for Osimhen? Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Is this a story of from grass to grace? I mean, from grace to grass. I don't know. But what exactly is going on?
I would have loved to add my voice, into this one, but I suggest we leave it for the sports minister on radio.
Okay.
Vicky Vic is going to be coming on, and I'm sure this is one of the things he's going to be talking about this morning.
All right.
Yeah.
Above the big, headline on the Nation newspaper, this one here says fresh fears of food crisis as floods sweep states, submerge farmland. And the right underneath it says government agencies in frantic efforts to save situation. As always,
Of course, the normal rhetoric is what we hear.
A wicket of PDP governors, that's the key card, steer clear of Rivers PDP structure or risk fire in your state. Again, is there an end in sight to, the back and forth between the governor of Rivers State and the FCT minister?
The thing about, the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, is that, some of the fiery darts, I think is a pro at, sending out fiery darts that could indeed threaten you. I mean, this is like a threat.
This volumes, I tell you.
It says steer clear of Rivers PDP structure or risk fire in your state. How the fire is going to come, that's not, what we know. But he's saying risk it. I don't know, but it's just going to happen. So stay clear. Fire in your state. It just goes on to saying, hey, the state will be ungovernable by whoever is in that state. And why do I feel like I've heard that word or that line before? We'll just leave it there. Okay, now let's get on to the Nation. After the Nation newspaper, now comes the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. The big story now: petrol scarcity may worsen nationwide, and it's got a couple of riders to it now. NNPC admits owing suppliers, says second rider says financial strain on company poses threats to sustainability of supply. And this one lists NNPCL on stock exchange now. Atiku is saying that one. Alleges oil company providing cover for subsidy payments. Page 8, big story. For some reason, the writers are written in red, so you might want to go check it out. Now, page 7, following back to back now, federal government's to invest $800 million in power sector. All right, this investment, we hope it comes to fruition. We hope it yields the positiveness that Nigerians are expecting it, to yield. Now, this one says NACO, that's NAHCO, rewards staff for returning $10,000 found inside aircraft. I give it to him again. I tell you, if somebody does something good, man, be sure to appreciate that person. Don't just say thank you so much, and bye-bye. Even though that's the narrative quite a number of people would want to throw their weight, against. But come on. Not just thank you. This is beyond a thank you. And it's a good thing that he's been rewarded for that. Now, page 25, minimum wage. Ekiti government constitutes committee to negotiate with labor. We're still going on with this back and forth now, even after the signage of the minimum wage into law. Okay, anyways, but I see this one at the base that says League of Northern Democrats seek roles for El Rifai Lukman as group lobbies traditional rulers. It's got just one writer to it. Coalition plans to reposition the North ahead 2027. Page 4 is carrying that story, right? And still at the base, how Tinubu government should tackle high food prices hardship. Okay, this might just be the solution that Nigeria is waiting for. Now, who are those making the statements? Catholic bishops are making the statement, so it's not one, it's not two, well, maybe 3, 4.
But you come to think of it, the clergymen should pray and not,
right, want to dabble into,
Well, if you ask me, I just hope that our priorities are not misplaced already.
But when that's one school of thought. But another would want to say clergymen should go beyond pray. I mean, because the people who attend, these religious, centers, right? They are the same people in the mainstream, right? They're the same people. Yeah, they are the same people. So if it has to take every facet of the society to speak truth to these people, to allow them to rejuvenate their conscience, right? Maybe we might just, break through. And then the idea of solution finding, you never know from where it might come, right? So if the Catholic bishops say we have an answer to this, maybe the president, who of course is our daddy, should indeed get to hear from them. Now, above the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now, I'm talking about the heights, the apogee, the peak of it, the zenith of it, right? Stakeholders, others cry out over high interest rates, electricity tariff. Page 3 is carrying the story and it's got one writer to it. Ask federal government CBN to reset faulty economic sectors. All right, they're saying there. And page 6, looking popular now, how Southwest farmers can key into low-cost irrigation farming to prevent food shortage. Agric experts are saying that. All right, so you see, everybody is proffering solution. And if we continue in this energy, we'll break through the barrier.
Well, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about proffering solutions to
Yes.
the many challenges that we have to deal with
Exactly.
as a nation, how many Nigerian youths have actually come out? I mean, we have coalitions here and there, but how many Nigerian youths, let's say an individual or a group, like how many have you seen or heard? I am, not up to date, but have you seen or heard a situation whereby the prominent youths that we have, like we see them to be the figureheads, we're actually taking, after them,
Right.
like come out to say, federal government, the president, the ministers, the senators, and all of that, this is what we need to do to tackle issues head on, as opposed to just, coming out to cry, to lament that the hardship is too much, there are no jobs and all of that.
Right. Well, to attempt an answer to that, right? The biggest office, the largest office, or the biggest that can contain the largest people, you know where it's found? It's on the street. And that's what happened with the hashtag and bad governance.
Well, wasn't it hijacked?
Well, whether it's hijacked or not, it was a statement. right?
Maybe we should try another leg as opposed to doing one thing over and over. So it appears we're beating round circles. I don't know.
Right, I agree with you. But, for some school of thought, they said, we have tried every other measure, and it didn't work. We have those representing us, we have appealed to them, we have cried to them, we have lamented to them, right? And maybe they've not gone, to the very extent of it, but they have attempted, right? And it doesn't seem as though their yearnings are being tended to. The biggest office, which of course I keep saying, the power is in the people and politics we address, I say that every time, would be in the street. And in that street was not just youths. This is not like saying that, I'm throwing my weight behind a protest. No, that's not what I'm saying. Yeah. But I'm saying that when you push someone to the wall, they bounce back naturally. Right. But then, anyways, we hope we don't get to that point again. I mean, we're still having people who've been arrested from the hashtag and bad governance. They're still right there. They don't have representation.
But
as it stands
today in some states. So
right.
Let's see how it pans out.
Right.
Today,
Let's just see how it pans out right there. But yeah, we could still look at this one now. Atiku demands listing of NNPCL on stock exchange, page 9. And you would find this one: high interest rates, 2.5 trillion naira. Loan strangulates consumer goods manufacturers. Page 21. You'd find a story. And a big story. No end in sight to petrol scarcity as economy gasps for breath. Right. That's more like
I think
it.
we actually need to play the song "No Air" by Chris Brown. And
That
Gordon
song will
Scott.
indeed come. It will indeed come. Right? Page 5 is where that story you would find. Now, it's got a couple of writers to it. Now, let me jump into it quite a lot. We don't have money to import fuel. NNPC is saying that. NNPC says they don't have money to import fuel. Another writer says, admits $6 billion debt to petrol suppliers. Yet another one, subsidy to hit 5.4 trillion naira in December 2024.
How is it paying subsidy?
Big question, right? Federal government is saying, no, we're not paying subsidy. Some of the realities are telling us otherwise. Some of the persons who've been following keenly coming out to be vocal about it. One of such would be Atiku. We've had some other persons too, but Atiku has been very, very much vocal about it. I've come to say that we're still paying that. And you would agree with me, like I said earlier, no smoke without fire. For Atiku to come out and say we're paying it, it might be that he's got intel, some proof that we are still paying it. But then that's the point. That's where Nigerians are saying, Atiku, if you really have a proof, then come out with it.
Forth, yeah.
But you know how politics is. It's more like a chess game. It's a game, actually, right? Maybe he's waiting for the right time to strike. And your guesses will be as good as mine if you say it might just be close to 2027, right? But anyways, let's move away from that one. Well, still bringing the writers to you now. This one says we can't borrow anymore to sustain importation. Federal government is saying. And this one says we cannot import because of forex scarcity. Others marketers are saying as fuel scarcity bites harder. Okay, while Nigeria's economy continues to struggle, NECA is saying that ask government to focus on productive reforms across key sectors. When I look at all of these writers, it gives me a clue into what the story is all about, and it also paints a picture of what the oil sector in Nigeria looks like. It doesn't seem like there is a glimmer of light or hope that might be shining, but I hope that the overall, some would want to say the general overseer, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, right, who is indeed at the very helm of affairs, would do something, right, as the Minister of Petroleum Resources.
And don't forget, this is a
Nigeria.
renewed hope
agenda.
We're running, yeah.
Miracles do happen, right? Okay. Well, this is where we would indeed sign off with the dailies. We know that we have yet another one, but yeah, we cannot go any further. This will be the time to hear from you. You should tell us what it is, or which of these headlines it is that pops at you, jumps at you, tickles your fancy, begs for your reaction. Keep in mind that we are also live hosting a national global television across social media platforms, talking about Facebook, talking about YouTube at Eagles FM Abuja. Number again would be 0908 766 88 8888. And the WhatsApp portal number where you can send your voice note, 1 minute 30 seconds, and your WhatsApp message to, as well as call, would be 0909 705 4450. Taking this call.
Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please.
My sister. Now, thank you for a job well done. My name is Danjuma Dari. I'm calling from Anambra State.
Right. All right, Danjuma.
Thank you. My first take, Minister and Chief, they moved to Sokoto for the security issue. It's good one, but let them not go and stay for Sokoto town. They should go local government that all these security issues are happening, so that they will solve the issue of insecurity. If they stay for Sokoto town, nothing can done, but they should go local government direct. So we are praying, may Allah let them solve the issue of insecurity, and let them not deceive laws. Let them do something. They are killing innocent. And secondly, I want to advise Ute should stop talk anyhow.
Right.
Ute in position is a political appointee. Governor, they are elected ones. It's already finished in governance. So Ute since morning, any paper that I read, Ute talking anyhow. Ute no say only 998 days remain for the Tinubu for the seat, and Tinubu will send it to many states to go and find voters for him for 2027. And if he start talking anyhow, nobody can vote for Mr. President 2027.
Okay.
So I hope Ute will listen my advice and stop talking anyhow. That's my little contribution. God bless you, Goose Radio. And Stevie Danjuma Dari from Bida. Thank you.
All right, Danjuma, thank you so much. Danjuma right there making some very strong points, saying, hey, FCT Minister, you were appointed into, that office. You probably may want to, reduce your steez in how you address, a duly elected governor of a state. That's talking about Simi Nalaya Fubara.
I do not think reducing your steez would be the right thing to say, because you need to maintain, your steez and composure. It's very important. But I think just concern yourself with your primary assignment, which is the FCT.
Mm-hmm. Okay, concern it. Let's go take this one right now. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning, Edie.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
God bless Israel. God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria.
Edie, I want to talk about this.
What's your name?
My name is Abdul.
Sorry?
I'm calling from Suleja, Niger State.
I didn't get the name.
In fact, I just Abdul.
Okay.
Niger State.
All right,
yes.
Welcome.
This first category of a team is really causing a big hardship for us in Nigeria.
Right.
I just traveled during the weekend. I came back, and in fact, if you hear the type of money that the transporters are collecting, you will be surprised. You see, because in some places they buy fuel 1,100 naira per liter. So definitely then the transporter also will charge very much. So please, I'm still begging the federal government they should do something about this scarcity.
Okay.
Let refinery work. Let Dangote refinery work. Let the Port Harcourt refinery work. If these refineries are working, things will be cheap in the market. I'm just leaving Meshai place now. Meshai is telling me that 2 eggs is 500 naira. And I didn't blame him. It's because of the fuel. If fuel is scarce, the person that is supplying him egg also will reduce money. If there is fuel, you see, even in the market, the same thing. If the fuel is available, the transportation will come down.
Right.
So please, UD, I'm begging the federal government to do something about this scarcity. God bless Nigeria. God bless Eagle FM. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Abdul, for that one. God bless Nigeria. God bless Eagles FM. And direction is what we need. Of course, the truth is we will always have, one way or the other where we get affected by this fuel scarcity. In fact, some people would say that if you want to hold the economy together, and try to see that things, maybe a bit of the sufferings and the wailings of the Nigerian, the good people of Nigeria is, taken off our shoulders. If the petrol is working fine, maybe just half of what we are going through and experiencing will just drop.
But isn't it really laughable? Like, how do you even explain the fact that Nigeria, a country that is blessed with natural resources, we're here? I mean, today we're lamenting, tomorrow it's really very disturbing. And I think, for the lack of better word, we are perhaps not ready to like get things right. No pun intended, but one would begin to wonder, what exactly is it? Why is it so difficult to get the Port Harcourt, and the Warri refineries, up and running?
Corruption.
And what happens to Dangote refinery?
Corruption.
What exactly is going on?
Corruption is going on. And we've had this conversation timelessly.
So if we can
right?
spend too much, to import fuel, that's just to tell us that we need to put our acts together. Like, let's go back to the drawing board.
Can I shock you?
Perhaps re-strategize.
Can I shock you, Efe? The truth is, we know what to do. We just don't want to do it. That's just what it is. And as quite a number of Nigerians will say, we need someone who has the wheel. So who is that one person? Would we call that person a messiah? Or would we say that you and I are the ones to make this work? But how can we do that when we're not sitting behind the relevant seat or offices to do that? Right. Probably our visions are not as clear as some of those who sit, in these offices. Maybe they see things that we don't see. But then look at it on the flip side. Do they really experience what we experience? Sight and experience, they're two different things. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Master UD, and good morning to your colleagues there.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to all Abuja.
Yeah.
And all our callers. My name is Dr. Olajide
Dr.
from
Olajide,
Usese.
welcome aboard. Talk to us.
Master UD, you said it all. The goal of development of this country is corruption. This capacity we are talking about, corruption from head to toe. That is why we are all going through this action. We are the fuel in filling station. They will not say, but the black market will be selling sort of filling station all over the country. How do you know about it? How do you come out of this? What can you do? See, until all of us individually,
Right.
we start thinking out of our own boxes to figure what can I do? How do you do it, Masalidi? This is what we are saying. It was made great individually. Some people went out of the box, they discovered solar light. Some people went out of the box, they discovered little things in their area. But here, everybody is looking for government job.
Right.
Everyone is looking for government. Take job. And we are all looking for take job. We won't be able to discover. Until we discover, that is when we kill corruption. But we are not all just sitting down, thinking that all problems will be solved by government. Refineries in the United States of America, over 100 plus. Most people want to go to government. You are individual and private refineries. We only have one here. There is only one single man. That man is not from Jamaica, it's from Nigeria. Until people like that man again rising, start thinking what to do with their little money. It is that time Nigeria will have to do drum. God bless Nigeria.
Right.
God bless Igwe FM.
Okay, we need to start taking initiatives right now. If we don't take that initiative, we might just fall out. Right, that's just what it is. Anyway, skip the calls coming through. 09087668888 is that number to call. The other number would be 09097054450, and that would be the WhatsApp portal number. Taking this call now. Hello and good morning. Yeah, good morning to you.
Hello.
Right. Yeah.
Then from Airport Road.
From Airport Road. Feels good. Talk to us,
I
Bright.
hope you people had a pleasant weekend.
By God's grace, yes.
Thank you.
Right.
My sister, good morning.
Good morning to you, Bright.
Really, you see Nigeria, we don't take responsibilities and there are no consequences for everything we do in Nigeria. Who is the Minister of Defense? Minister of Petroleum. Who is the Minister of Petroleum? You leave the Minister of Petroleum, you leave NNPC chairman, and you are blaming Philip Station. Before, I hope you have petroleum people that monitor all these filling stations. Where are those people? I don't know government employees. They have been redundant. Before now, if you sell petrol, maybe you scare your meters, you go in for it. But now, everything just about we are doing everything as we like. Somebody who is the Minister of Petroleum, he said his duties. He is still there, and they are blaming the masses. The Minister of Defense, he said in their duty, all of them are there. Governors, they said in their duty, all of them are there. Now you are buying SUV vehicles for them. When they go there, when they shoot the bullets, it will enter. But the masses are good for butchering. And everyone is selling. And the people that are supposed to rise are still even blaming themselves. Anyway, Nigeria is an animal farm. And the president has said that it is his turn. Now, Wike is emulating for him. Wike forgot history. He forgot what he did to Amoishi in River State. Now, he wants to take Fubara, a governor, and the minister is challenging the governor instead. Anyway, the thing is that Fubara is not as brutal as he is. If you do Fubara as brutal as Wike is, I don't think Wike will have one to come into that state again. We are in Nigeria, and we know what is happening in Nigeria. Anyhow, with the like, let them do it. Since Wike is in PDP and AP, whether APDP, I don't know his own political party. Let him continue. History will tell. We have more people who are more powerful than him and who have done even worse than him. Where are they today? We are looking at them. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. Bright gave quite an analysis, to that one, saying that, look, always remember that there will be a day of reckoning. And when that day comes, I hope you would be indeed equipped enough to face it. Well, anyways, that is what it is with that. But anyways, let's also get on to the WhatsApp portal, and I would let Ife do justice, to that as we engage the WhatsApp portal number, just to hear from you, know what your thought. And as usual, we'd like to start with the messages, the WhatsApp messages, then we get to the voice note. Well, Ife.
Right, this one here says, good morning, Daniel and the beautiful lady in the studio.
Good morning to you.
And I'm listening from Nasarawa State.
Feels good.
G. The notorious criminal has been in the news for a long time now, including getting chieftaincy title, and all this while the government kept quiet, only to wake up from sleep, I guess. I think Wike is out of control now. It's unfortunate. PDP, which supposed to serve as a strong opposition to APC, is almost dead because of a personal interest. If this party must survive, Wike and others must be expelled now. This is from Tarkimbi
Hundo, right, from Nasarawa State. Oh, feels good. Tarkimbi, all the way from Nasarawa State. That's something. We appreciate you. Now let's go to yet another one now and see this one.
Good morning to you, my brother Uduak Daniel.
Good morning to you.
And good morning to your lookalike sister in the studios. Are you serious?
See now.
Congratulations and welcome to September. Yes,
exactly.
Happy new month.
Of course.
I've been saying this and I will not stop saying it, that our present day political leaders are selfish and self-centered. They are just for their self-comfort. They don't care about the comfort and welfare of the masses. Buying of jets, SUVs, bulletproof cars, while hunger, insecurity, hardship, high cost of living is ravaging the masses. Haba, how did we get here? And who did this to us in this country? Dear Father in heaven, please show us mercy in Nigeria. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen to that one right there. A big one, I tell you.
Remain richly blessed.
Right. Okay. Thank you. And we have to have yet another one that's look into it.
Good morning, the gentle UD.
Good morning to you too.
The new sister
Right.
in the studio.
Exactly.
Yunusa
Dantani, right.
Ibrahim from Abaji. We can now all understand that another protest is coming to action. Petroleum price may also rise. Federal government should now go back to the drawing board to do the needful at appropriate time before it may increase some difficulty on Nigerians. Thanks, Yunusa Dantani Ibrahim. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Dantani.
Yunusa, for that
Right,
one.
for
And of
that
course,
one.
we'll take this last, WhatsApp message, then we get into the voice notes.
Right. This one, it says, good morning, Mr. Odua Kande, co-presenter.
She has a name, Ombok. She's Efe. Omoefe, yeah? Awesome.
Here says, you have been reading on newspaper headlines over time. Now that the NNPCL, they have been saying they have been selling fuel half the price, they are importing it.
Yeah.
It is no magic that Atiku said that. Concerning the relocation of staff of Army to Northwest by the State Minister of Defense, it is a welcome development, but please, they should hit the affected areas hard. May our good Lord see them through in Jesus' name.
All right. Some prayers right now.
We need prayers, actually.
Yeah.
Prayer is key.
And it says, God bless Nigeria. God bless the listeners of Eagles FM. Feels good. And God bless Eagles. Oh, awesome. And it gives his name as Sunday Ironame from Apo Resettlement. Okay, just this one jumps into it right here. Okay.
Good morning to you guys. I just joined you guys now. Nasiru Noor from Almac. Thank you.
Right, Nasiru, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Now let's get to hear the voice notes and get to know what it is that you are saying out there. Remember, it's 1 minute 30 seconds, so we should not elapse that time so that we can indeed address these issues and address them in time and on time. Right, now let's get with this one, starting with Selassie.
Good morning to Ubang Daniel. Good morning to your colleague Osemere. I don't know whether I get that name right. I agree Triple D from Waru. I agree BB Blessing. Ochanya agree to Elder Oneja agree to. My name is Salasi. NNPC petrol price may rise because according to the news you read, NNPC are owing over $6 billion. That is what NNPC is owing. Now we are talking of they are not making any gain. They are owing. That is what Nigeria is passing through. Is this crude oil given to this country become a cost? Why are Nigeria not, looking great like other African countries like Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Ethiopia? Our own now so complain every day. Now, as of 2023, Saudi Aramco, a company just like NNPC in Saudi Arabia, their profit was $121.3 billion. That is what Saudi Aramco made. But look at what we have been facing in Nigeria. And now come reward staff for returning $10,000. I want to say kudos to them. I want to say kudos. And we in Nigeria, we are good. Thank you so much.
All right, Selassie right there has given his thoughts. Let's see yet another from the WhatsApp portal number. Okay, taking this one now.
Chief Yodaka, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Anthony Witness from Suleja calling.
Yeah.
I just love the way you concluded it. We know what to do, and we don't just want to do it. And I want to add, by extension, just because we want to have more money to embezzle. That is the thing. I pity those who are crying every time. Let the refineries work, How long will they cry for that? I don't see it working because of the same thing you have just identified. Corruption. They lacking the willpower, fueled by corruption. They know what to do. They don't just want to do it. Just like you said, some people will say the politicians need brain check, psychiatric check, and all that. They don't need any of those. They know the right thing to do. They don't even need anybody's advice. They know the right thing to do. But they cannot just do it because any move they make to do the right thing will reduce the money they are embezzling. So that is why they will continue. Nigeria is like free for all. Just acquire as many as you can before the day runs out. Only God will help us in this very country. Thank you and have a good day.
God helps us and helps us fast because we need his help, especially for you and I, that seemingly are the voice of the voiceless. Now that we are even the voice of the voiceless. Imagine the voiceless themselves, what they are passing through. And now would be the time for that help. If there is a magic wand that will just be spread, just swung left and right so that things change, maybe now would be the right time to have it. But yes, we cannot always hope on the superficial alone, on the spiritual alone, on the sublime alone. It's time for us to do the talk and not just talk the talk. Taking this one.
Good morning, Udwak, and then Radio Check. This is Alamni from Apple Legislative Quarters. I greet you to Capitulator this morning.
Welcome aboard.
On NLPC, it's unfortunate, NLPC was, the worst government agency, has always been riddled with corruption, insincerity, shady business transparency. It's unfortunate
That Mele Kyari is even still allowed to lead, that entity makes it even more unfortunate. And this is where I question President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's sincerity to end, the corruption in the NNPC by retaining Mele Kyari. I'll give it at that. Thank you so much.
Okay. Some talk right there from Alamin. Yeah, I mean, it's not just Alamin you talking about this. Alamin, I mean, quite a number of Nigerians have said it. I mean, it was from the Buhari administration, and we saw how that NNPCL was handled at the time, and it would only be sensible a thing to do to while you're reorganizing, reshuffling, restructuring the agencies, especially going by the renewed hope in agenda or mantra that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration came in with. It would only be nice to indeed put things in the right, perspective and give direction, set a trajectory, a map, a roadmap, something to follow, for that very vital agency. But yeah, what have we had over time? The same rhetorics being told different ways, but of course having the same result is what we have. Well, let's just go see this one.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I greet all of you there. Guys, have been a wonderful job this early Monday.
Right.
I want to talk about the statement from Uke. Uke is a serving minister. He's no longer a governor. That statement from him that he will make the state, because of politics, will make states ungovernable. Don't you think he deserves to be arrested? I don't think we do that statement. We have insecurity issue in this country. For a citizen, senior citizen like UK, coming out with that statement, once someone can capitalize on that, to become something less, he's actually helping Mr. President. He should also remember that their immunity is no longer with him. He's having immunity. The immunity he has now is a personal one. But by law, he has no immunity now. He can be arrested. That statement is very bad. I'm disappointed with that statement. Minister of State Defense urge Chief to move to Sokoto State and some other states. Very good. It's a welcome development. But let's stop you from accident to also equally move to Borno State, where there are issues, very serious issue. They should move to that place too. Why only this insecurity issue should not be selected or protocolized. It should be a neutral ground. Borno State is no go area, particularly my federal constituency. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Edwards, for that one there. And let's see. Okay. Right, just before we get with Selassie, we should bring this one to you.
NNBC owing, Nigeria is not owing. NNBC owing, Nigeria is not owing. NNBC is a private company.
Well, we don't know your name. It might be very good for you to let us into your name. I always say this, look, as much as you want to send a voice note, begin with your name, where it is that you sending a voice note from, and you can just write on, okay? That's how it should be done. Well, we still have time in our hands. Well, you can still send those messages in or call the WhatsApp portal number 0909-705-4450, or you call the studio number 0907 or 0908 766 8888. Well, we should also let you in on the fact that we are live on Facebook and YouTube, so do well to subscribe via the YouTube channel at Eagles FM Abuja. Get onto the Facebook page wall too as well, and subscribe and give us a like, give us a following, and at Eagles FM Abuja. And as you do so across board, do well to also let us into the fact that I was here. How can you do that? Give us a share, give us a like, give us a following, whatever, something that just shows that you are here. And talking about somebody doing the right thing on our Facebook page wall now, I'll let Efe do us the honors to read out this one now.
All right, I think this one is from Bala. It says, Good morning, Eagles FM.
Good morning to you.
You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you so much, Bala. Right there. We have an honorable right there too, saying something, says, welcome to a fresh week, guys. Okay, shine on. And we're also passing that to you too, listening. You better shine on too as well. Taking this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, what's your name and location, please?
My name is Musa, coming from Nyanya Gondara.
Please go ahead, Musa.
Right.
My problem is that the issue of this government consignment, I beg, if government is ready to help us, I beg, maybe in the name of God, we are suffering seriously. Make government remove this credit in a beg.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So Musa is saying, make we beg government, or government, please help us. Remove the subsidy if we're still paying the subsidy, please take it off finally, so we just know, so the things can get back to normalcy, right? I'm not one who would give into the subsidy removal ish, but if we are still paying, if it's still simmering into our eardrums, the fact that, oh, there is some payments being made, maybe it's about that time.
You know, the former governor of Kaduna State,
Nasir El-Rufai,
he
yeah.
once came out to say that petrol is still being subsidized.
And it was bashed.
And of course.
And the federal government came out
and said,
debunked it.
Do you have your fact? So here we go. Atiku also coming out to say the same thing. At the end of the day, we're just beating around circles. And it looks like Nigerians have actually moved on. Like, people have moved, past the era of subsidizing petrol. So coming out to say that subsidizing petrol is actually costing, the government a lot. I mean, it's, again, you're just creating more room for the obvious, disconnect and the issue of trust between, the masses and the government.
Right. That's no better way to say it than how you said it. But let's go to the WhatsApp and see what's happening with the WhatsApp portal number, messages and all. Well, Selassie is saying, please, my regards to Mr. Bright. Okay, Selassie is, sending regards to Mr. Bright right there. Okay. Alameen, let me see. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, Alameen, I get that. Let's put it out. All right, Alameen is saying that 20 seconds of his voice note was played. All right, 20 seconds.
Probably because he didn't state his name.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
Alameen, was that you?
You played the voice note, but
well,
the
I
person
did.
didn't.
Oh, okay, Alameen, I get that. Okay, I get that now. All right, let's go see that voice note again. Right? Let's go see it again.
Daniel. Good morning to your colleague there, Osemere.
This will be
No,
Selassie.
I took this one already.
Let's go with Alameen. Let me check. Let me just be sure. Right? Only 20 seconds of your voice note was played, Alameen. I'm not sure. But anyways, you're saying this.
He says,
You said you want to...
only 20 seconds of my voice note was played.
Yeah.
Let me use the remaining seconds to say that on the insecurity in northern Nigeria, it's only us northerners that can end it, not Tinubu, Alamin from Apo. I mean, that actually speaks volumes.
It
How,
speaks
how
volumes.
do you mean
It
only
says
northerners,
only northerners.
can end the insecurity?
The insecurity.
In the north? What exactly do you mean by that? But people still come out to cry that they need help.
In other parts
President,
of...
we need help and all of that. So
Well, but anyways, let's just leave that for where it is. But going to this one now. Good morning, Eagles FM. Akamata from Federal Housing Authority, Lugbe Akamata. Thank you for joining in. I mean, even though it's late, but better late than never, they say. Yeah, thank you, far too kind. Well, the sports minister is here. The phone line's still buzzing, but we cannot go any further. The sports minister seems as though he's looking, Monday, and he was looking Monday last week, Friday. He was looking Monday last week, Thursday. I don't know what the secret is, but I mean, I would ask you to ask him what is really happening. But anyways, he's going to be right here to speak to you. Vicky Vic, of course it is, the sports minister on radio. My name is Udwak Daniel, and I've got my colleague here.
you don't even know my name till now.
Omoife.
Thank you.
Omoife, I wanted you to say it. Come on.
Osemere.
Osemere. Look at that. All right. Well, we'll get to have more of us at 9 a.m. because we'll be right back, to talk politics and current affairs. Remember how the power is in the people and politics is what we address. Don't go away.